Welcome back to Essential English Vocabulary Episode 8. Just a quick reminder, we are learning new words and vocabulary in context and situations that give meaning and understanding. Do not just focus on the vocabulary word, but the general meaning of the entire sentence and the entire topic. This is part 2 of the topic words and phrases used to describe bad leaders. If you haven't already, please listen to episode 7 or part 1 of this topic. Each part builds on the other. At the end of 3 parts, you will have a full picture and strong grasp of these words. Remember to subscribe now. At the end, please ask me questions in the comments section. Let me know how you're going with your English learning journey. So part 2. Words and phrases used to describe bad characteristics in relation to politics. In the second section, we will discuss the use of these words unrelated to politics. But first, number 1, lack of diplomacy. He was often criticized for his blunt and confrontational style both domestically and internationally. 2. Unpredictability. His actions and decisions were often seen as erratic and difficult to anticipate, which made him a controversial figure. Disrespectful. Critics point to his behavior toward the media, political opponents, and institutions, calling it disrespectful. Number 4, self-serving. Many critics have accused him of using the presidency to advance his own business interests. 5. Insensitive. His comments on sensitive issues like the Charlottesville riots or the pandemic have often been labeled as insensitive, tone-deaf, or inappropriate. Number 6. Lack of empathy. His critics have often pointed out his perceived lack of empathy for marginalized groups, the poor, or victims of crisis. And 7. This word has come into vogue. Narcissistic. Yes, narcissistic. Some view him as excessively self-centered, prioritizing his own image over the needs of his nation. Very narcissistic. Number 8, vindictive. His tendency to hold grudges, including toward political opponents and even members of his own party, has been widely noted. 9, chaotic. His management style was often described as chaotic, with frequent staff turnovers and internal conflicts within his administration. Number 10, arrogant. Many critics describe him as having an overbearing sense of superiority and dismissing those who disagreed with him. And those are the 10 words used in the context of describing a leader's bad characteristics. Now, we will use these words and phrases so that you can see them used in a different context unrelated to politics and bad leaders. Lack of diplomacy. His lack of diplomacy in handling customer complaints led to several negative reviews for the company. Unpredictability. The unpredictability of the weather forced the outdoor event organizers to prepare for rain, wind, and sunshine. So this word here is used to describe nature, the weather, rather than a person. Number 2, Her unpredictability at work made it difficult for her colleagues to rely on her for important projects. Disrespectful. The student's disrespectful attitude towards his teacher resulted in a trip to the principal's office. Second example, he was asked to leave the meeting after making several disrespectful comments about his co-workers' ideas. Number 4, self-serving. The CEO's self-serving decisions prioritize shareholder profits over the well-being of employees. His self-serving behavior at the charity gala made it clear he was more interested in publicity than helping others. Insensitive. She made an insensitive joke about the layoffs, not realizing how many people in the room had just lost their jobs. His insensitive attitude towards his friend's breakup made the situation even more painful for his friend. Notice that I've not given you the definition from a dictionary, but instead I've given you examples of the word's use. Let's continue. 6. Narcissistic. The actor's narcissistic need for constant praise made it exhausting to work with him on set. His narcissistic tendencies were evident when he refused to acknowledge anyone else's contributions to the project. Vindictive. After being fired, the vindictive employee spread false rumors about his former boss. Her vindictive nature was clear when she deliberately excluded her former best friend from the party. 8. Chaotic. The airport was chaotic due to multiple flight cancellations and frustrated passengers. His chaotic approach to planning the wedding left everyone confused and stressed. Number 9. Arrogant. The arrogant scientist dismissed his colleagues' research without even reading their findings. Or his arrogant attitude on the basketball court made his teammates reluctant to pass him the ball. Number 10. Lack of accountability. The lack of accountability in the government led to widespread corruption and inefficiency. His lack of accountability in group projects mean that the others had to complete his work at the last minute. Are you starting to understand the scenario and the context of what we are talking about now? Let me know in the comments section. Part 3 coming up soon. You won't want to miss this. This is about how actual world leaders and important figures use these words and phrases to describe the bad behavior and action of other leaders and who said what.